Oh my goodness, that really is me falling off the stage at a local high school, and one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. But I love to show it to people because it shows that you never know where you're going to end up. I'm here with a very special friend of mine, Rick Gonzalez, who's my personal trainer for how many years?
Shoot, 6, 7,
Six,
going on
7 years.
7.
Yeah, you're keeping me alive. You know, I appreciate you.
Nice, nice.
And you just had a very exciting event happen in your life, and we're here to announce it publicly for the first time. You are now the general manager of D1 Fitness Center in Colleyville, Texas. Rick
Yes,
Gonzalez.
I am. D1. I don't know if you guys can see it. There it is.
That's a dream come true for you, man. You have your own
Man,
gym.
absolutely. It is. Ever since I got into this industry, my thing, the first hire I ever got into a gym to go train people, the guy was asking me, well, what do you see in your future? I was like, man, I would love to one day train the Dallas Cowboys, right? In the weight room, getting them stronger, getting them faster, so on and so forth.
Maybe they'd win.
And I mean, tell me about it. But so as the years go by, I think you understand. It's like you have this like vision in your mind. I'm excited, you as your journalist, you're gonna go do all these cool things. And the journey is the journey, right? You enjoy what you do, but you also have to do what you have to do, right? You gotta just keep going with it. And it was all just, getting people in shape, getting them to lose weight, things like that. And then the UFC gym came about.
Yeah.
And it just, what a blessing, right? I get in there, I get to deal with fighters, I get to condition them, X, Y, Z. And that was super cool. And we also just had people that just wanted to get in shape. So it's like, as you develop these fighters, these people get to come in and you build this like automatic fan base because they're working out with them. And it just, that's the part that I love. It's just bringing that community together, helping these guys get better physically, connecting them to audiences and so on and so forth. And then pandemic happens, things happen, there's a couple other gyms here and there, and you just gotta get back to the basics, get back to what you do, make sure you're working, doing what you gotta do. Boom, this opportunity comes up with D1. I started there just as a coach, then started helping them with some of their organizations, some of their sales and marketing, and then boom.
So what does it mean to have your own gym?
It's a big responsibility, but it means that it's your community. You have to take hold of that, right? It's now your responsibility to make sure you're delivering to these people what you promised them. They want to come in. They want to be better physically. They want to have better mental clarity, have more energy, have time to play with their kids and energy to play with their kids. And you need to make sure you can deliver that for them.
I want to show everybody what your front door looks like so they know when they're driving by on Highway 26 in Colleyville. This is D1 training. What does D1 mean?
So D1, it's like when you're looking at colleges, D1 is Alabama, Texas, Oklahoma.
So you're preparing people for top colleges?
Yes, sir.
And who else is your clientele?
It's mainly youth sports, right? So all these parents that want their kids to get better at any of the big sports in Texas, soccer, football, of course, football's on one, baseball, basketball, you name it. They all come in there. We're a foundation of strength training, and that's what we do.
And so how old are you?
I am 43.
And how many years have you been working in the fitness business?
Man, since I was 26. So,
Oh, wow.
over 10 years for sure, 15, almost a couple decades.
But you've had your own place with other people, but now this is
Correct.
you alone by yourself.
Correct. This one I'm managing solely. The other ones, there were partnerships, so it's a little bit different. You had ownership. This one, I'm just managing it. It's a corporate facility, and they want me to make the best of it.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say I like you, even though you make me do planks. Screw those planks,
It's everybody's
man.
favorite, man.
So I asked you to do something special for me today for this, in honor of your new job, your new responsibility. I asked you to come up with the 10 biggest mistakes that people make in fitness centers, right? And you did that. So let's go over them because we don't want people to spend money and not get anything out of it. We want them to know this is your philosophy and how you think. So let's talk about the 10 biggest mistakes people make in fitness centers. So we'll look at number 10 and read that one out loud.
So some women believe they should do high reps with low weights.
Okay,
right?
is that bad?
It's not bad. Any movement is going to be good, but it kind of fits together with another one that we're going to touch on here in just a bit, where they're like, I don't want to look manly. Ladies, you're never going to look manly. That cannot happen. You need certain types of hormones. You need to be in a surplus of calories. Like there's a whole lot of different things for you to even begin to gain muscle the way a male can. So women can lift heavy. You don't really tone a muscle, but what happens is you're going to build that lean muscle. You're going to burn up more calories and you're going to reduce your body fat. And that's what that toned look is, what you're going for, right? It's just less body fat.
So it helps on dieting too, obviously, right?
Well, so I mean, you want to be eating well when you're working out. You generally want to have a good balanced diet. You want to make sure you're getting enough protein, carbs. Stay out of the drive-through, right? Stay away from things like that. Not too much sugar,
no.
desserts. I know, man. I know it's tough. It's tough, but you can do it. You can do it.
Well, let's look at number 9 as we work our way towards number 1. The women say I only do cardio. What does that mean?
So that's another one. So you want to build lean muscle. That is what you're trying to do. That lean muscle helps you get stronger. You want to be strong. You want to be able to sustain your body weight for as long as possible, right? So only doing cardio's fine. Cardio's great. It's for the heart, right? But you want to be strength training because strength training is what's gonna allow you to age gracefully, right? You want to be able to maintain yourself for as long as possible, and that means lifting weights.
Okay, let's see what's next. Number 8, I don't lift because I don't want to look like a man.
So that kind of touches on the first one, the high reps with the low weight. So a lot of these ladies want to grab 5 pounds, do 15, 20, 25 reps or something. Ladies, pick it up. Go ahead and get that bigger weight. Do sets of 5, 6, 7, 8 reps. Those are more in your strength range, right? Where you're going to get stronger. One, you're going to get better results. You're going to feel better. You're going to look better. Don't be afraid of it. You're not going to look like a man.
Okay, I didn't know people thought like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Big time.
All right, now we're moving to the men, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, what's next? No, more is better. What does that mean?
So this one I can, spend a little bit of time. So guys, you know how guys are. If 5 is good, 50's got to be better.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So what'll happen there is if you're under the bar, man, let's say you can lift, 200 pounds and you did it, don't put 300 pounds on there, especially when nobody's around. You can risk yourself getting injured, right? Now, if you're just trying to live in the gym and your nutrition isn't proper, you're not recovering the correct way, you're going to head straight for injury, man. And that's what you want to prevent at all costs is doing too much, because that is a thing.
So these apply to everybody, right? Not
Yes, yeah. But that's more of a man mentality. There's a lot of women that like to work out a lot. But men, they want to get in there. They want to get as strong as possible, as fast as possible, and they'll start kind of going into a more dangerous zone of working out. And those are things you want to avoid because you want longevity. People should look at working out like just sleeping. You know what I mean? It should be a part of a daily regimen that you want to do correctly so that you can sustain yourself and go as far as you can. You know what I mean? You don't want to have the breaks in there. You don't want to have the breaks. You want to be consistent.
Says the guy who tortures me. Yeah. All right, what do we got next? Let's see here. A great physique doesn't cure mental insecurities. That's interesting.
So this is a big one for me. This actually taps into something. A lot of guys from that perspective, if they have some sort of an anger issue, if there's just some sort of insecurity they have about their body or about how people have treated them in the past.
Doesn't everybody have that?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's worth talking about.
Yeah.
Because you see this a lot. I mean, you can get on the internet, the amount of fights that happen within a gym just because you get some young guys in there, they're lifting heavy and they're doing this. You got to do it for the right reason. This is for your health. You know what I mean? This is for health. This is for longevity. It's going to pay dividends down the road. So you want to do this in a proper manner, proper programming, proper eating. So if you're going in there solely for some ego type of situation, right? I need to get bigger and stronger so nobody can mess with me, right? Well, what'll happen is you'll get bigger, you'll get stronger, but you'll notice that anger doesn't go anywhere. It almost enhances it. It almost brings it out even further because you feel like you have this false ability, if you will. You know what I mean? Or guys that think that they don't look that well. And this one's for women too. They'll trim down they'll get that 6-pack, right? Well, it wasn't the physique that you had before, the physique that you had now that developed that insecurity. So what happens is you go into overdoing it. You start doing too much, and you bring yourself into that road where you can risk injury. Or what the worst thing that I feel could happen is you get that physical result. You're actually physically healthy, but you can't get over those mental humps on why you did it. And now you're associating that failure with working out. So you quit working out as well.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
this happens a lot.
yeah.
So the better you look, a lot of times you will feel better, but don't do it so much for that aesthetic value, as hard as it is for all of us, because yes, if you do it right, you're going to look better, you're going to feel better, but make sure you're doing it because you want to be healthy, not because you want to be like, ha, 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 look at me now. Right. So that's what people got to be careful with, because that other path, well, one, it'll lead you to injury. And if it doesn't work, if you have a great physique and you're still angry at the world, it's just not going to work for you. You're gonna end up quitting working out and cutting one of your health benefits.
Before we go to the next one, I want to ask you about what your specialties are. Like you teach UFC fighting?
So so strength and conditioning. I'm a strength and conditioning coach, right? So ultimately, I'm a big believer in that your joints have to be strong, your body has to be strong, and all these things. What they do is they prevent injury, right? Also, it helps in many other ways. Your nervous system works better, so your brain, your mind-body connection is a lot sharper. It's a lot faster. So all these things are positive. But for me, the main ones is strength. And a crazy stat, Dave. As you age, you know what the number one thing for a longer life is?
Tell me.
Grip strength.
Oh, wow.
Because if you're falling, you can catch yourself.
Okay.
Grip strength helps you live longer. Is that not crazy?
Yeah, I know that.
That's amazing. And that comes down to a foundation of strength. So that's what I'm saying. You want to make sure that this thing is being done right, being done for the right reasons, because the health benefits are insane. They're forever, man.
So what are your specialties besides that? Like Parkinson's? I know you do some Parkinson's
Yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
What else?
absolutely. And that one's really cool. So really, it's just that. So my favorite thing is power, right? Motor unit recruitment, the motor unit system. So that's basically your central nervous system and how it reacts to the rest of your body. It helps with velocity. It helps with absolute power, absolute strength, right? How the speed, like when you see like a guy like Mayweather and how fast they can jab. You know what I mean? That's all motor unit recruitment. And I love that explosiveness.
One of the things I've learned from you is that you have to have fun while you're doing this.
Oh, 100%.
And you are a lot of fun because you like to talk, as everybody can see. And you also have the ability to get people's mind off the pain which is one of your strategies. Do this hard thing, and then I'll talk to you. I'll make you laugh while you're doing it. You won't even think twice about it.
Yeah.
And that really is your strength. That you know how to keep people going. But I don't think I've ever told you this before. But when I leave your gym after a workout, I feel much better than I did when I walked in before.
Very, very cool. I appreciate that. Well, man, and the thing is, and I believe this is one thing that we have in common. We love a good story.
Yeah.
We love a good story. I want to laugh about something. You know what I
Well,
mean?
you're like a stand-up comedian. And not only that, but you also have really sharp ideas about life in the real world, with
Oh, thank you,
politics
man.
and
Thank you.
government and business. And it's fun to listen to you because sometimes I feel like you're the only normal person I talk to in a week.
Oh, man, that's and maybe we're the not normal ones.
All right, let's see the next one. What's the next one? Lift heavy as long as you can.
So that goes back to what I was saying. That stat. Your greatest thing the thing that's going to help you live the longest is grip strength, right? So that goes in with that lifting heavy, right? So don't be afraid to lift heavy, but make sure you're building that foundation to where you can do that without getting hurt. So I know like there's a stigma. Women, I don't want to look like a man. And then men, as we age, it's like, well, I don't want to get hurt. I have to go to work. I have to provide for my family, right? Yeah. So it's like, hey, I'll do some workouts here and there. And man, we have it backwards. We have it backwards, right? So hey, Dad, you Al Bundy, the ex-awesome high school football player, get your butt back in the gym and start lifting heavy. It's good for you, man. And it's going to help you all down the road.
One thing I noticed when we've been together for 6 years is that I'll have a pain in my leg or a pain in my back or a pain in my neck. And when I'm done working out, the pain is gone. And you explained to me it has to do with blood flow, right?
So yeah, man. When our muscles tighten up, they just pull every which way, right? Sometimes your muscles will pull on a joint wrong, creates an ache. They'll tighten up around a nerve, and that nerve will kind of give you some issues like some tingling or just little set that right the apparition game where little lights light up everywhere on the body. It's just like that's your body, man. It's funny because I feel like to me the fountain of youth, right? When people you explore that fountain of youth, people want to get younger. In the end, I think really all that means is I don't want to hurt. You know what I mean? When you were 20, what hurt?
Nothing.
Nothing, right? And I think that's what people are thinking about when they have that thought and they don't know how to articulate what that means. And me, through the experience of working with people, and as you know, that's a lot of the things I do, man. I bring the pain. I bring the pain, Dave.
Yeah, I know. No, when I first started doing this, I cursed you out a lot.
we hear quite a bit of words,
yeah.
man. But so that's what I'm saying. With my experience with everybody, the closer they get to just like not having this overall pain in a joint, your ankle, your shoulder, your whatever, outside of just a general soreness, like when you worked out, that's like, it's that feeling. It's that feeling where I'm like, all right, let's go move around. I'm not sitting there. You wake up in the morning, you get to a certain age, you wake up, you're like, what did I do to my shoulder, man? You didn't do anything. You woke up, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Get in there, warm your body up, get the blood flowing.
It really works.
Absolutely, 100%.
I surprised you the other day because you had me do push-ups on a box.
Yeah.
But I did 18 to 24 push-ups flat on the ground.
Absolutely.
And you like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see the next one. Okay, we're doing youth now.
Okay,
Youth.
so now we're getting near and dear, right?
Yeah.
This is what I deal with now. Our primary purpose today here at D1 is we're youth athletic development. That's what we specialize in, and then up until all the way to seniors in high school, and even guys going into college, and guys that have college careers come back during the summer and they work out. They like our programs. They like what we do, the expertise that we offer. So there's this huge stigma. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but a lot of parents think that I don't want my kid lifting weights too early because it stunts their growth, right? I don't want my kid, I want my kid, everybody wants to be tall. We weren't blessed with that, Dave, but everybody wants to be tall. And if you think your kid could be tall, you're not going to do anything that's gonna mess that up, right?
Yeah.
So parents, debunked. It is not true. In fact, it is 100% good and even better for them when you start strength training them early. 7, 8 years old, start them out.
Really? That young?
Yes. Oh yeah.
So
Big
how
time.
much if a parent wants to enroll their child in your program, how much does it cost?
So, I mean, it varies, right? So we have classes. Our classes are amazing. Here's how I tell people. Our classes are like, if you're not too good, you go to the doctor, he prescribes you some medicine, and you regiment it. You take it daily, you stay consistent, you get better over time. It's that consistency. Boom, 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 boom. And then you get better. It's in a group scenario, right? Where there's going to be other people, so it's got that social aspect to it. But we also, to me, the best way is one-on-one. So one-on-one, it's like if you need to get better quick, doctor gives you the jab. You know what I mean?
Okay.
A lot of people don't like the jab.
Yeah, we don't like
but
the jab.
that jab works like that. So that's how personal training works with customized programs, right? So individual customized programs are just going to be a very efficient way to get to a goal in a faster manner.
All right, next for youth, we have strength training prevents your youth sports injuries.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Positive number 2, right?
Yeah.
Start them early, working out, right? Get them with a professional, okay? Now, once they start getting the routine, first thing that happens is their nervous system begins to connect with their muscles. So a lot of the time with kids, they kind of like move real goofy. You know what I mean? When they run, they're flailing everywhere. And, so like Dave does a phenomenal plank. All right. I've been teaching him for quite a few years, boom, back is straight. He just drops the knees for a little rest, comes back up. He does the deed. He does a great job. With kids, they'll be like, you see wiggling. There's wiggling everywhere, and their hips will drop, and one hip will move over, and they don't know what to do with their hands. And when they squat, man, it looks kind of funny. When a push-up, man, most kids can't even do a push-up, but when they do, it just, I don't know, it's just kind of funny looking, right? But it's because that nervous system has not been developed enough to communicate with all their muscles in their body. So by doing that, by strength training, that mind-body connection happens, right? So they become more efficient at moving their body, and that alone makes them stronger. They develop more, and that will get to the next point on what that does for the kid. But so as they grow through that, because now their ligaments and their bones and their muscles are stronger, it prevents injury in their sports throughout the youth.
Interesting. So let's see. I'm wondering. There's an 8-year-old boy, and he's on the couch, and he's playing video games. And how do you get that boy or that girl to come in and be a regular customer of yours? And how do you do that?
Well, it starts with mom and dad.
Yeah.
You know, mom, dad, you're the authority. If you look at your kid, you say, put the controller down. We need to go work out, or we need to go to practice.
No, Dad, I don't want to.
Yeah.
How do you get him? How do you get him to come in and stay?
Back, I don't know how you grew up. Back in my day, oh no, go.
Hey, no, my parents didn't know workout from smurk out.
So it's like, well, the thing is, you didn't have a choice. Your parents tell you to do it. You got to go do it, man.
So that's key, huh?
You gotta let them know, man. I'm calling the shots here. You're within my boundaries, not your own. You know what I mean? And if you need to go work, you're doing nothing but a positive thing for your child to get them to go work out. Are they going to fight you on it? Probably. You know what I mean? Once they get in there, though, and they start, this will be on the next point, they start building a huge, huge word for the youth, and that's confidence.
My son, my oldest son, he worked out on his own, and it paid off. He got drafted twice by the New York Yankees.
There you go.
Because he took it seriously.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, what's the next one? Okay, nervous system connection to the body builds confidence.
Correct.
What do you mean?
So now all of a sudden that kid that just wants to play video games, or even, what if it's not even video games? What if they would rather just be reading a book or studying, man? Something pretty good.
Kids do that?
I mean, some of them. Okay. I'm trying to be inclusive. I'm trying to get them all together.
All right.
So when you get that kid out there and he knows he's always getting picked last, he knows he can't throw the ball as hard as the other one, he knows he's not as fast. But once you start getting him to work out, he's going to notice he's gotten faster. He's going to notice that now he can do push-ups. He's going to notice he's no longer getting picked last. He's going to notice that all of a sudden he can outrun the kid that he couldn't get away from.
Change a kid's life.
Every one of those things builds confidence within that young person. And that word is what every child needs.
How'd you learn that?
Watching. When I was a kid, I wasn't the most confident kid. But in those days, what I did love, I loved football. You know what I mean? And even though I was always the smallest, the runt of the, I was the smallest every time up until 10th grade. I was usually the smallest kid in my class.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But I loved football. And it was going out and playing and playing and playing and playing. It builds that connection.
Yeah.
And just over time, then all of a sudden I went to puberty, and that was a whole different story. I got much stronger, much better. And it's like, now that's what they need, man. They're so shy. They're so just, they don't want to get out there because they know the other kids are so much bigger and stronger. Well, hey, man, you're going to get whooped for a little bit, but then you're going to get better. And then all of a sudden you start winning. Game over, man.
I think we got the last one now coming up. Yeah, read that one out loud.
Yes.
Yeah, read that
Yes, absolutely. When it comes to gym billing, a gym can report your delinquent payments and even send you to a third party. A major pitfall, right? One of the things you want to avoid in their cancellation policies is if they're required to do a mail-in, right? If they need you to mail it in somewhere, run. I've heard so many stories. Quick minute. I was speaking with your wife, and she was asking me questions about that. And I told her a question like this. I was working for a gym one time. This lady comes in, and it said she hadn't checked in like 1,500 days. That's years. I was like, man, what happened? Explicit, like she cursed me out, basically saying that you guys won't let me out of your contract. And it was a gym where you had to mail in, have all these things on it and whatever. It's just difficult. Like, we don't have time for that. So if your gym allows you to just deal with all your cancellations right there in-house, where you get a copy of it and they get a copy of it and all the evidence is presented, you should be just fine.
Mr. General Manager, where is your gym located?
We are located in Colleyville,
Where?
Texas. It's 26 in Glade. There's a Walmart on the corner. It's 4906 Colleyville Boulevard, Suite 214.
What are your hours?
We open at 5 a.m. So we have 5 a.m. classes, not for the kids, but for adults. But our primary classes for the kids are from 4:30 to 6 o'clock, and they're kind of staggering. And then we do separate them from elementary school, middle school, and high school.
What's the age range of the women that go there?
You'd be surprised. I think 30 and up. We don't have like young women. These are women that they're regimented, they're dedicated, they're success. They work out at 5 a.m. because that's the only time they have. They have to go get home, get the kids ready, go to work, pick up the kids, do everything. If there's a soccer game, they got to go, practice, do all these things, man. So it's not a young demographic for our adult classes, but our youth, we have plenty of those, and those range anywhere from 6 years old all the way to like college.
You have a 6-year-old that you train?
Yeah.
What do you do with a 6-year-old?
You run them. You just run them. So we don't have them lift weights like an Olympic bar. They're not going to do that, but they are going to use dumbbells. They are going to use medicine balls, kettlebells. They're going to push sleds. They're going to jump on boxes. And what we do is we teach them how to get their mind, to get their muscles to all work together.
Wow,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. What's your phone number over there?
It is.
I know it's a new job.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to have to.
I was wondering if you knew your phone number yet.
I got you right here. Hold on.
This is your first week on the job, too.
It is,
so I'm going to say
and I
that's
usually have it on a post-it note right in front of me. Pulling it up now. And our phone number is 817-755-1172.
So I can vouch for this guy personally because like he said, I've been there 6 years with him every week. And what I like most about him is when he's putting me through pain, he talks to me about something else. And it takes your mind off the pain. The story is important. This video, it said at the beginning, change through stories. And what I mean with fitness is you change my life with your stories by making me exercise in ways I never would by myself.
Very cool.
So story is everything, and you get that. You're funny, and like I say, you know your stuff, and you like to talk. And I think the reason why I like the planks is because I don't think about the planks when I'm doing them. I think about some joke you just told me 10 minutes before. So that's part of your talent. That's what makes you different from other people. Anything you'd like to add to this?
So I was talking about the plank. It's a common joke where people say, if you want to slow down time, start doing a plank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those 10 seconds become a lot longer, don't they?
He laughs a lot too, and that's also fun in the fitness world to have a trainer who laughs and makes you laugh. And so I consider you a very talented person, a very unique person, and I've been watching you for the past 6 years as you traverse to get to this point. And I'm so proud of you. So
Thank you,
really,
man.
I'm so
Thank
proud
you.
of you.
That
You are
means
such
a
a good
lot.
guy, and you help me, and you help so many other people. I mean, this is a special person here, Rick Gonzalez.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much,
Thanks,
David.
man.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Oh, you're going on vacation. That's right.
No, I'm around.
I was like,
I'm
tomorrow,
on vacation,
man.
but I'm going to see you this week.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thanks, man.
You got it, dude.
See you guys.